Hey guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another Summoners War video. So it is the end of the Siege season. I think the last battle is going on right now. People are saying Malevolent is winning. Does it look like that? It looks like that, yeah. I voted for Skyfall, okay? I don't even know the members on each guild. I don't really follow the top members. Looking at the map, looking at the points, it looks like Malevolent is going to win. Can't really tell, look at the battle status. I don't know how many swords they have left. Well, it's pretty simple. You could count how many losses are on each side. So on this side, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 losses. And here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whoa. Skyfall might win. I don't know. I feel like in 1v1, win rate is really important. So maybe Skyfall can still turn this around. I'm not too sure. I never got really good with macro and, reading the map. So let's see how it ends. By the time this video goes out, obviously in the coming week, you guys will know who has won. But as some people were interested on my siege defenses, I'm going to be showing you guys the runes of each of those units and also talk about my plans next season because I do think there's going to be a change. I did get a little stressed out this particular season, and cherry on top at the end, it really kind of, blew me away on all the drama and the unnecessary hate that I particularly got. And I guess a lot of people addressed that it is due to the people I hang out with, which is also kind of really flawed at a certain point because a lot of the members changed, but due to the fact that the guild built up a name that was detestable, it was somewhat understandable, but at the same time, as someone who wasn't expecting it, I did get stressed out. I mean, that's the truth of it. As a content creator, although a very small one, it didn't feel good, right? Because I try my best to not spread hate in this community in any way. I don't have any beef with any particular Summoners War creator or player, nor was I ever in the middle of it until this season, it felt like. And you could see if people watch my videos a lot, there's no particular negativity unless I kind of tilt. But at the same time, I still at that point don't try to cuss or, I just don't like to do it because I know that if I spread hate, it's understandable for me to receive hate. But, for somebody that doesn't want to receive hate, I try not to do that. The short message is I was stressed, so I probably will take a break after the season, probably go back to a G1, G2 guild, probably another Korean guild, as a lot of our members, the previous members that were in the guild, moved to a Korean guild that's much lower in G1 or high G1. Or I could go back to my roots, and there was a Korean guild that I used to grow in. I know that they're having a hard time retaining members. I might go back there, but that's like low G1, and I don't know how much fun I'll have there by just, stomping during Siege. There was this one content creator, which was pretty much the opposite of me because he would cuss a whole lot in his videos, but he would play a lot of 1v3s in Siege, and I know a lot of people enjoyed it. I don't know, I guess a lot of people kind of like to watch tilting stuff. I don't know, it's just not my niche, but I know that he was getting a lot of views. I don't know why he left the community, why he left the game, because I thought his channel was doing well. He made a name for himself. But it is what it is. I think he found a full-time job that he could work in. I guess the content creating wasn't his passion. But for me, it's a little different, and I might do that. But probably with less of a fun character that he displayed, because I know he was pretty funny. He was pretty toxic in a lot of ways too, right? You guys have to agree with that. If you guys remember his name, please put it below. Please remind me his name. I know he's out there. I know his channel is still up as well. Anyhow, I'm gonna show you guys the defenses I ran during the Siege tournament. These weren't the defenses that we ran during the whole season. We ran some weird Jasmine stuff, and for me who didn't have Dark Siri, I couldn't run a lot of the meta Nat 4 defenses or even Nat 5 defenses. A lot of it did pair up with Dark Siri as it was the meta speed lead for Siege. Sadly, I was not able to pull her, and I was kind of left out in that kind of defense. But I did run these 4 during the Siege tournament, or the format of it. I got a couple wins with this because I was switching the runes during the actual first round against Oxytocina, and I was switching out the Chandra with a Swift build and a Violent build back and forth whenever it lost. And I think I got 2 wins in that Siege just on this defense, and probably just this defense. If you guys want to kind of check that out, you guys could watch the first round of it. Right now it's back to Violence build, so Chandra is pretty much going first, Violent Will, then it's Pyeongchor on Violent Destroy, and 100 Res Giselle was what I was running, Violent Destroy as well. It did get 1-8 at the end, so it didn't really do well after round 1 because I did stop switching up the runes, and I think that kind of played into it. You can see the only one that really did and get some wins is this last one, so we'll check the builds for that as well. We also ran a defense of Theomars, Kapsu, and Perna. I ran a low crit rate Theomars and Perna because Mio, well, people said Miho was a good counter to it, but thinking of it now, maybe it was not, because Kapsu skill 2, if it doesn't crit, it does pretty good damage to kill off Mihos. Anyhow, Kapsu was going first on Violent Nemesis, 100 res, decent tankiness, decent speed. Then we have the Theomars 240, Violent Revenge. You can see that low crit rate. With the crit rate lead is 88% or 84, yeah, 88%. And then with his passive, I guess he already has max. So for Theomars, it was 100%. And then for Perna, it was a 90%. So I wasn't really running a low crit rate build because I went with the Theomars lead. What was I doing? But this was the build. It was just Kapsu going first with the strip, then we go with the defense break, and Perna trying to snipe something off. Then I'm going to show off this one last because it was doing well, surprisingly, for some reason. But then we were also running the Moor, Savannah, Tessarion. I think the Clara variance was easily counterable with either Haging and also the Alaya with Rika type of comp. So I think people started going with Moor. So here my Moor is going on Violent Will. I thought this was a decently runed Moor. I don't know why it didn't do well, sadly. Maybe it should have been on the crit damage build. If there's any high G3 people out there that have that has a defense like this that's performing really well, please let me know what's the difference, what you have seen that's different. Maybe I shouldn't went crit damage. I really don't know. Though I did see that Violent did perform a lot better than Despair because, you know, the proc on this and the passive being so short on cooldowns, it was pretty annoying. Then we have Savannah on Violent Destroy, 270 speed. And then finally Tessarion on Violent Will, 251 speed. I overall thought all of these builds were decent. Just not good enough, guys. Just not good enough. Now, this was my lastly ruined team, but it got the most wins. I don't know. Britta is really annoying though, so I'm pretty sure Britta carried most of those games. Let's check out the builds. I believe Britta goes first. 241 speed, 40k, almost 40k HP. I think both attack and defense are like barely over the passive. Same with the speed, some accuracy. I initially ran it on Will because I have a crazy Will rune. For people that know it, that have seen my past videos, probably know it. It's this slot 4 Will that I think is perfect for Britta, but Will just does not work well in Siege. So this is the Will rune. I want to improve this. If I do get a legend here, it will just become even crazier. Imagine if this rune had an innate. I think this rune is easily over 120% efficiency, but it's one of my best runes. It has a 5-star attack percent rune on it. Like I said again, without Destroy, this team wasn't doing too well, so I switched it up. And then we have the Bayek that's going on Violent Destroy. This crit rate really kills me sometimes because after the crit rate fix, right, it's a fix because I think before everything was critting even with really low crit rate. But after that fix, now if it's not 100 crit rate, it's no crit rate. But you definitely feel it even more if your crit rate is lower than 85%. And you could tell that this unit is not fully skilled up. I don't have big skill ups, but it's still the best. What the heck, right? What the heck? And then finally we have a Negong on 53k HP, 200 speed, 100 res. I really wanted my Negong to be faster, around 230 speed. But then if I did that, I couldn't get the 50k plus HP or 53k. I really wanted it to be high HP. And the only way to do that was to get a slot 2 HP percent. So those are the 4 that I ran. And you could see it didn't really do well. I think this one in total got like a 4.8, 4.9. It's not really accurate because we were switching off the runes and stuff, and we were resetting the records so that the opponent doesn't know if it was winning or losing. That happened a lot during the first tournament. And after that, we started not doing that. And this record is probably from that, because I know that the first defense definitely got two more wins, or maybe 3 wins during that siege. And then this one probably got 1. I don't really recall. But I know that the other 2 didn't really even get used too much because it is 1v1. And the other matches were either getting obliterated because people started not caring, or we obliterate with, you know, half our members or even less because the other opponent doesn't care anymore. I hope everybody enjoyed their season. I know Com2us is making a change, or did make the change. I don't know when it's going to be applied, but they did make the change to the siege map. So let's see if it addresses the 2v1 situation a little better. However, I do agree with Shay Sizzo's remark regarding the situation and the map state that sadly or frankly, it might have gotten easier for 2v1s to happen. So even looking at that, I'm like, freak, do I have to go through this again? And will I have to go through this again? I really don't have the time to, you know, be taking care of a guild, an entire guild. So I am truly thinking of taking a break. It might be in the beginning of the season or in the middle, but definitely before cutoff. So I'm not a nuisance to our guild, and they could also bring in, or they have the time to bring in somebody else in during the meantime. That is what's going to happen. We'll see if I'm going to be in a Korean guild or just a random guild, but it's going to be either G1 or G2. I prefer G2 because I still want somewhat of a challenge. The game is definitely more entertaining and fun if there is challenge, and it will allow me to somewhat follow the meta and look at videos to copy. And if I'm in a G1 type of guild where I could like smash and do whatever I want, I'll probably remake like the 1v3 stuff. I know it's gotten much harder. But I think then that's also the fun of it, right? 1v3 stuff or 2v3 stuff, and see if you get more than 10 wins in a siege battle. That was it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed the siege. There's still a lot of flaws, right? But I do truly believe the game slowly is getting better and did get better during these past 10 years. Anyhow, the game still lives on. Let's see how it plays out the coming days, months, and years, and hope you guys are still here.